Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
For when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever your road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Friday, September 8, 2023. In the headlines, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell tells Parliament little or no files exist on Grenada's oil and gas facility. Superintendent of Police Esau Pear replaces Assistant Superintendent of Police Ryan Hall as new CID chief. 4 months left before tax amnesty ends. No further arrests in Egmont shooting. Also in the news, regionally, calls for conflict resolution methods in St. Lucia. Internationally, activists demonstrate against Africa Climate Summit. Plus in the sports news, Grenada plays Suriname at Karani James Athletics Stadium this evening. Hello everyone, this is the news. We'll be right back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste. As police continue active investigations into the Egmont killing in August, a killer remains at large. The mysterious shooting incident on August 7, 2023 claimed the life of 30-year-old Delvon Thomas. The incident occurred at the home of well-known mass band owner Linton Warwood, who was also injured. Nisha Paul sought an update from local police and has this report.
According to the newly installed head of the Criminal Investigations Department, Superintendent Esau Pear, the matter is still under active investigation. A newspaper report originating in Trinidad and Tobago linked the fatal shooting incident to a hit ordered by a notorious gang leader from behind prison walls in the neighboring Twin Island Republic. The Trinidad Daily Express reported that Thomas and Warwood were most likely collateral damage, as the intended target was a Trinidadian man who resides in Europe and has been at odds with the incarcerated gang leader for several years. Police investigations into the fatal shooting incident have so far led to the arrest of 22-year-old Johannes Charles of Woburn, St. George, who is currently on remand at the Richland Richmond Hill Prison. Charles, who was arrested 4 days after the fatal shooting, has retained the services of attorney Arlie Gill. He is facing indictable charges of abetment of capital murder and abetment to attempt to commit capital murder. In keeping with court procedure, Charles appeared for mention on Friday, 14 days after making his first court appearance. The suspect, who is due back in court on November 27th, is also facing additional charges of possession of ammunition and a small quantity of cannabis as a result of a search conducted on his premises. Meanwhile, Superintendent Pierre, who was not able to provide much information into the shooting, confirmed that no further arrests have been made. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Superintendent of Police Esau Pear is the new head of the Criminal Investigation Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Superintendent Pear, whose appointment took effect on Monday, replaces Assistant Superintendent of Police Ryan Hall, who has been serving as head of the department for several months. Pear has over 38 years' experience in crime fighting and is at the helm of other units within the police force, including the Criminal Records Office, Special Victims Unit, and the Digital Forensic Unit. According to discussions in some quarters, Superintendent Pear's return to CID on transfer from his last posting as officer in charge of Carriacou will afford ASP Hall the opportunity to do more work on the ground to solve the recent spate of murders. There has been a handful of unsolved murders for the year so far, including that of Josiah John T. Robinson in June 2023, which has attracted international attention and a reward of $100,000 for American celebrity Tyler Perry for any information that leads to the arrest of his killer. Is it a case of the missing files? Well, Grenadians will have to wait a bit longer to find out more about Grenada's oil and gas facilities within territorial waters. Cherry and Blackman Stephen has this report.
Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, during the final sitting of the lower house, made a disclosure that continues to leave the populace wondering about oil and gas prospects within our waters.
For example, the oil and gas, where very little or no files exist within any of the official government ministries, but we will deal with that one in due course.
Grenada's hydrocarbon prospects that was hoped to have the economy booming remain unknown 5 years after the bombshell announcement by former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell on the verge of general elections in 2018. At the time, he had confirmed a large deposit of commercially viable oil and gas in Grenada's waters.
Sisters and brothers, one well. We have several more wells which are even more exciting than the one they just found. In other words, Grenada can be a massive supplier of oil and gas.
The elections concluded with Grenadians handing the mandate back to Dr. Mitchell to continue to lead the country. The excitement over oil and gas led to questions being raised by the local media, but the response was not what was anticipated.
These two wells, you can't carry a business over a long period. These guys are investing hundreds of millions of US dollars. They have to have 5-6 wells to move.
An agreement was reached between Grenada and Trinidad and Tobago pertaining to the country's natural resources. However, the content of the agreement was never disclosed to the public. It was then Energy Officer in the Ministry of Energy, John Auguste, who explained why the silence.
It's a standard in the industry that even after I have been working with one of these companies in the industry, I have a gag on my mouth for at least 7 years. I can't even speak of it because I'll be prosecuted.
Grenada now awaits further disclosure from the Deacon Mitchell-led government to see if it is a case of missing files. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Other news, the one-year tax amnesty implemented by the Inland Revenue Division is in its final quarter. The tax amnesty provides a 100% waiver on all interests and penalties to all taxpayers with existing tax arrears owed to the division up to December 31, 2021. More details in this report.
The countdown is now on with just 4 months left to settle outstanding taxes owed to the government under the tax amnesty program, and property tax have received the most interest from citizens. All taxpayers who owe arrears to the Inland Revenue Department for the period ending December 31st, 2021 will receive a 100% waiver of all interest and penalties under the one-year tax amnesty program. Lonnie Alexis is the senior tax inspector responsible for collection, enforcement and compliance.
It is key to note here it's assessment period 2021. So for annual stamp tax, that means tax period 2022 will be part of the amnesty. For corporation tax, for income tax, 2021 is the cutoff period for the amnesty. So anything after 2021 for any other tax type except stamp tax, the tax period is 2021. For stamp tax period is 2022. That's the cutoff point. So 2023, if you are late, if you are filing late, you have to pay interest and penalty plus the tax for those periods.
The Inland Revenue Division encourages all taxpayers, both individuals and businesses, who have unpaid tax balances and unfiled tax returns for the period covered by the amnesty to take full advantage of this opportunity to clear the arrears and become more fully compliant with the law.
It's a simple process. If you need to know your arrears, if you're uncertain of what your liability is, you come to the department or you can make a phone call. We have various means as well. You can send an email. We respond to you through email. You can walk in, you see to the ladies in customer service, they will tell you what your balances are. It's a simple process. You have your balance, you have no queries with the balance, they give you some forms to pay, you go to the cashier, you make the payment. If you have any queries with the balance, then you will send you to collections where we can sit with you, look at the figures, ensure that what we have corresponds to what you think that is correct. And once we agree on the balance, then you simply go to the cashier and make payment after that. So it's a simple process. For persons that with large balances and may not be able to make a one-off payment, we can always sit with you and come up with a plan to liquidate the liabilities in a timely manner that within the time period up to December.
According to Alexis, the division has created a responsive plan to ensure all taxpayers are served.
So you have the personal income tax, you have the withholding taxes, you have the corporation tax, you have the gaming taxes, you have the VAT, you have, what am I leaving out here? Excise tax.
Taxpayers are reminded that come January 1, 2024, government will be enforcing and utilizing all provisions given to it by law against persons who refuse to settle their tax payments during the amnesty period. From the Ministry of Finance, I'm Arcelyn Crosby.
This is Network News. Still ahead from us, World Suicide Day, reducing stigma and raising awareness, to be observed this weekend. Back in a moment.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Hi, good day. My name is Kyle Sylvester. I am the manager and founder of Case Farming Enterprise. We're an agro-processing business that are involved in the processing of agricultural goods, where we do bottle seasoning packs, lettuce, kale, and broccoli. Sometimes we as human beings get sick or injured on the job. NS provides a safety net for us. I am here to encourage other entrepreneurs and self-employed persons to sign up under the NIS Self-Employment Program.
Switch to a Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off your interest rate. Get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and hassle-free service, so you can do all the important things you need with ease. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.shopcourts.com. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
There is a fire that rages in all of us, a deep desire to be the best that we can be. And sometimes that fire finds expression in words.
Who do you think you are? Angela Davis? Winnie Mandela?
Daddy, whether you like it or not, a new generation has arrived. We are here and we have come with a vision.
You sure is not television all you come with?
The Fire to Dance, a new exciting full-length drama, written and directed by Chris DeRiggs and presented by Heritage Theatre. Opening Saturday 16th September at Grenada Trade Center and running for 2 weekends, 7 p.m. nightly with a star-studded cast.
Come with me, Sophie. We have worlds to conquer.
Come out and feel the fire in the Fire to Dance, starting September 16th. Don't miss it. This ad is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Transform your life with the Rise's suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future.
Is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're back. This is Network News. On September 10 each year, the focus is on the issue of reducing stigma and raising awareness among organizations, governments, and the public that suicides are preventable. On Sunday, Grenada will join with the rest of the world to spread the message of suicide awareness and prevention. More in this report.
Suicide is an alarming and major public health problem with far-reaching social, emotional, and economic consequences. It is estimated that there are currently over 700,000 suicides per year worldwide. Creating hope through action is the theme for World Suicide Prevention Day from 2021 to 2023. It serves as a powerful call to action and reminder of an alternative to suicide, and that through our actions we can encourage hope and create prevention. With 2023 designated as the Year of Wellness in Grenada, Josh Hector, National Director of Mental Health and Substance Issues, said the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs said action is being taken to build the necessary safeguard.
A national suicide prevention strategy is presently being drafted, with research underway to ensure its relevance. Like other countries worldwide, Grenada has grappled with the disastrous impact of suicide. We do not need to reference global statistics in this instance. That dismal tune has been played many times before. Now, there is a truth that remains defiant despite this catastrophic reality. Life does not have to end this way.
Hector said the day serves as a reminder that suicide prevention is a public health priority and reminds the public that our action, no matter how big or small, may provide hope to those who are struggling.
To the ones who are struggling to cope, please note that your story matters. There is a promising future ahead that is awaiting your triumphant arrival if you choose life today. In the words of Lucia Seneca, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. That unnoticed spark of courage lodged within you can be rekindled by the utterance of 3 decisive words that can facilitate recovery. I need help.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
The Grenada National Reparations Committee says the focus of continued attempts to strengthen relations between Caribbean Community CARICOM and African Union countries should be direct airlift from the Caribbean to Africa. It's the report.
The Grenada National Reparations Committee Chair, Ali Gill, says there is no better way for Africans on the continent and people of the Caribbean to reconnect than by flying regularly directly into each other's countries. He made the remarks on Thursday on the occasion of Africa CARICOM Day. Gill also cited cultural exchanges and economic cooperation as potential areas of mutual benefit for the Caribbean and Africa. He said both the Caribbean region, where the majority of the population is of African descent, and Africa itself are known for their exciting artistic and musical talent, and there is a natural synergy that can be built on. The partnership between the Caribbean community and the African continent holds immense potential for fostering cultural exchange, economic growth, and tourism development. Recognizing the shared history, cultural ties, and mutual interests, Dr. Carla N. Bennett, Secretary General of CARICOM, said CARICOM and Africa have embarked on a collaborative effort to promote travel between the two regions.
It is evident that this partnership between CARICOM and Africa is making progress in some of the priority areas to which heads committed at the first CARICOM Africa Summit. However, more work needs to be done to establish concrete and consistent connections between the community and Africa in several areas. These include cooperation in mass media and information sharing between both regions, establishing a CARICOM Africa Commission, increasing direct engagements between the people of our regions to enhance our appreciation of our history and our cultures, and improving our connectivity with convenient transportation links. We are preparing to sign the Memorandum of Understanding, which has already been agreed between the African Union Commission and the CARICOM Secretariat to institutionalize our collaboration. Through our cooperation, we are building on the strong and inspiring tradition of Pan-Africanism and facilitating the reconnection of the continent with the African diaspora, now designated by the AU as the 6th region of Africa.
She was addressing the celebration of Africa CARICOM Day, organized by the P.J. Patterson Institute for Africa Caribbean Advocacy and the University of the West Indies, Mona. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Other news, 22 local bartenders and mixologists, as well as 10 TMI Community College hospitality students have benefited from an immersive learning experience designed to elevate Grenada's hospitality industry. Here's what we can tell you. They were part of a 2-day training initiative featuring renowned international restaurant owner and award-winning mixologist Joji Watanabe, organized by the Grenada Tourism Authority. Chairman of Grenada Tourism Authority, Randall Dorlan, spoke about the importance of the training initiative.
It's a great program, bringing mixologists together, sort of passing that knowledge down to our fellow Grenadian bartenders. And the whole idea is to elevate the standard, to understand the science behind being a mixologist and going out and being extra creative in bringing these elaborate drinks, very creative drinks to the table. And this will help us overall in becoming a 5-star destination that offers 5-star service.
All right, so the initiative was aimed at enhancing the skill set of Grenadian hospitality professionals and fostering a culture of continuous development within the sector. Participants in the program not only gained insights into the artistry of mixology, but also looked at service techniques and the details of interpersonal connections with customers. 2 participants shared their views on the training.
This session has been quite eye-opening. One thing I would definitely take away from this class would definitely be not just making a drink, but also how you present the drink to the guests.
I'm the type of person that loves flair, and he taught us that when we make the drinks, the nice shakes, the nice stir, the ending, how we end our drinks at the customer, in front of our customers. So I would love using that going on the board because it means our customer feel like they trust us, like we know that what we are doing, and we trust the drink, and hopefully they will enjoy it.
He says he's a type of person who loves flair. Talk about that one. It's time for your peek into the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by ClearVision. Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
photographed in tonight's GBN eyesore is popularly called the red-hot cattail plant because of the distinct, feathery, soft, red, draping flower spikes it bears, resembling cattails. Mature plants can grow up to 12 feet tall and spread as far as 3 feet wide. There are distinct male and female members of the species. Only the female plant bears the distinctive cattail flowers, which range in colors from purple to bright red. These flowers grow in clusters and can grow up to 20 inches or more in length. We thank our citizen journalists for that informative submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
When we return, Lee is barreling through the Atlantic as the first Category 5 hurricane of the season.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
And so it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more. Or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back from Television Center. Grenada and its dependencies so far remain unscathed by the Atlantic hurricane season, but residents are being cautioned not to be complacent as September is the peak of the season. The Grenada Broadcasting Network has been keeping tabs with hurricane activity in the region. Hurricane Lee is currently barreling through the Atlantic as the first Category 5 hurricane of the season. There are no countries in the direct path of the hurricane, but the system is threatening to cause massive waves in the northeastern Caribbean. Although the hurricane is not expected to make landfall, forecasters warned it could cause dangerous waves of up to 5 meters on Puerto Rico's northern coast and nearby islands. The National Hurricane Center said although the hurricane is incredibly powerful, its wind field is not particularly large. Lee is the 12th named tropical cyclone of the Atlantic hurricane season, which runs from June 1 to November 30. Visitors to the Carriacou Botanical Gardens will soon have access to new washroom facilities there. We get more on the construction of a washroom and storeroom at the gardens in this report.
With the Christmas season approaching, activities are being planned for the sister island December. Events hosted at the Carriacou Botanical Gardens will be more accommodating for patrons with the construction of a washroom and storeroom on the site. Some of the main activities held there is Christmas in the Gardens, which includes the installation of Christmas lights and decorations during the festive period extending from December to January. The Division of Agriculture within the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and local government manages the venue, which is one of the few green spaces on the island. During his parliamentary budget presentation in 2022, Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and local government, Honorable Tevin Andrew, disclosed that the Botanical Gardens in Hillsborough will be one of the areas transformed for better use by residents. The construction of the bathroom and the storeroom at the Carriacou Botanical Gardens was contracted to TJ Construction Company Limited. For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
Sports News is next.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Match Good evening, sporting fans. Grenada are currently facing Suriname in their opening match of the 2023-2024 CONCACAF Nations League tournament at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. Grenada now hoping to secure a victory over the visiting team, which they last played in the Caribbean Cup on September 8, 2006, resulting in a 1-0 win for Suriname. Head coach Terry Connor is confident, believing that the local team will be victorious. Earlier this week, a 21-man squad was announced, a blend of local talent and overseas-based players, 13 of whom are homegrown players. The squad facing Suriname this evening brings fresh energy and international experience in the likes of Jermaine Francis, who plays for Chelmsford City FC in the UK, Jacob Bedeau, a player at English professional club Morecambe FC, and Darius Johnson joining from FC Volendam in the Netherlands. Jamal Ray Charles, Siobhan John Brown, and Roma Frank, the lone goal scorer for Grenada in the 2021 Gold Cup, were not named in the squad. Grenada was drawn in Group B alongside Jamaica, Suriname, Honduras, Haiti, and Cuba. Grenada's next home match will be against Jamaica on October 12. Well, League A of the 2023-2024 CONCACAF Nations League began Thursday with Trinidad and Tobago emerging with a home victory. The day started with Trinidad and Tobago getting off to a winning start, registering a 1-0 home victory against Curaçao at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain. The first half saw Curaçao create the majority of the scoring chances, but overall the finishing of the two sides was off target, leaving the game scoreless going into intermission. Trinidad and Tobago started to take control in the second half, creeping closer to goal, including a Rion Moore shot that flashed just wide in the 74th minute. The decisive score came in the 87th minute from 19-year-old debutant Nathaniel James, who took a nodded down header from Ryan Telfer and cranked a shot into the net for his Soca Warriors goal. There was still work to do, though, to secure the 3 points, and goalkeeper Denzel Smith made show of it, making a 1-on-1 save against Curaçao's Joel Margarita in the 90th minute to nail down the win. Tammy Beaumont says England's T20 series defeat at the hands of Sri Lanka was the best thing for the development of the women's game as the two sides prepare to face each other in 3 one-day internationals. Sri Lanka won by 7 wickets in Derby on Wednesday to seal their first T20 series win over England. The first one-day international takes place at Chesterley Street on Saturday. Despite the disappointment of the T20 series defeat, Beaumont has backed England to turn things around in the one-day international series and believes the longer format may better suit the team. All right, that's the sports news for the moment. St. Lucia's youth minister is dismayed by the viral video of a fight between students and adults outside Corinth Secondary School. He calls for people to resolve conflicts peacefully. More details in this report. No apologies. Let's move to Guyana for the time being. And the health minister there, Dr. Frank Anthony, is assuring the people of Guyana that there has not been an increase in malaria cases. He has also confirmed that dengue fever infections continue to decline in the country. More in this report.
Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, on the sidelines at a diabetes train of trainee event on Wednesday, stated that there is no record of an increase in malaria cases as was seen with dengue fever. In recent weeks, Guyana has witnessed an alarming upward trajectory in dengue fever infections, which resulted in the death of several children, and concerns were raised that malaria, another mosquito-borne disease, would have witnessed a similar increase of infections.
Generally, where we see malaria cases is more in regions 1, 7, 8, and 9. And we haven't noted any kind of drastic increase because we have been distributing bed nets and things like that to those communities.
Noting the usual high prevalence of malaria in mining areas, Anthony said a rapid testing kits and medication have been dispensed to persons in the profession, along with the requisite training on the correct administration of the treatment. According to the 2020 World Malaria Report, Guyana had over 20,000 cases of malaria in 2019, an increase in case incidence of more than 40% compared with 2015. Of the 782,775 total population of Guyana, 85,432 or 9% are considered at high risk of malaria. Meanwhile, with regard to dengue, Anthony reiterated a decrease in cases and deaths since the rollout of the intensive countrywide fogging exercise. Adult mosquitoes are the main vector for the transmission of dengue. In recent months, Guyana recorded a total of 2,169 cases of dengue, with 239 patients hospitalized and 11 deaths.
Further afield, as African leaders come together for the landmark African Climate Summit to foster a new era and policies towards clean energy, a group of young African environmentalists staged a protest in the city center to demand immediate reforms and action. More in this report.
Hundreds of people joined a People's March on Climate in streets of the Kenyan capital as the African Climate Summit kicked off in Nairobi on Monday. There is some frustration on the continent about being asked to develop in cleaner ways than the world's big polluters, and to do it while much of the support that has been pledged hasn't appeared.
We are here to demand that Africa's energy system must be decolonized. It must be brought out from the hands of the corporates. It is time for the African people to stand together and make a demand that what we need now is systems change, not climate change. What we need now is that Africa's energy system be decolonized. It should be put in the hands of people. This is not a time that we should promote carbon markets. It is not going to put an end to the different climate crises that Africa is today facing. African leaders have come together to wield more global influence and bring in far more financing and support to the continent of 1.3 billion people. Ugandan activist Vanessa Nakate was among the demonstrators, urging Africans to unite, to join voices of different young people and everyone across the African continent to demand climate justice.
We are demanding an end in climate capitalism, and also we want to see that Africa transitions from clean renewables energy. We want to bridge in the deficit gap towards clean energy.
The UN has estimated that loss and damage in Africa due to climate change are projected to be between $290 billion and $440 billion in the period from 2020 to 2030, depending on the degree of warming.
We'll remind you of the headlines right after this. This is GBN, a reminder of the headlines before we leave you. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell tells Parliament little or no files exist on Grenada's oil and gas facility. Superintendent of Police Esau Pear replaces Assistant Superintendent of Police Ryan Hall as new CID chief. 4 months left before tax amnesty ends. No further arrests in Egmont shooting. Also in the news, regionally, calls for conflict resolution methods in St. Lucia. Internationally, activists demonstrate against Africa Climate Summit. Also in the sports news, Grenada plays Suriname at Karani James Athletic Stadium this evening. All right, we're done for the time being. Have a great weekend. Please be safe as well. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. See you soon. Goodbye.